Okay, so housekeeping. So for those of you that have been here before, you know we are recording this session, but you can turn off your video if you want and just let us know if you don't want to be included. We encourage you to ask questions throughout. There's a chat feature. You type your question because you are muted, and Marilyn will pick up the questions every so often. If there's a lull or there's a surplus of questions or there's a whole bunch of interesting stuff going on, she'll pick up your questions and we'll stop the presenter and do that. Speaking of Marilyn, she's the co-host, so she's going to handle the questions and stuff. Speaker mode and gallery mode, they're different views, okay? So you can have either. Right now I'm in speaker mode, so the presentation is huge and I just see very little else. But you can be in gallery mode, in which case you see a whole bunch of people and the screen, or you can be in speaker mode. Anyway, let's get started. And Nancy, I haven't even introduced you yet, but our sparkling tonight in your kit was the Pump House Brewery Crafty Radler. Okay, and of course that goes with the assorted chips that you have there. So let's do a cheers. And Nancy, tell us about this Crafty Radler.
Yeah, well, it's the #1 Radler in Canada, and it's new to Ontario. I hope everybody's got some. It's really refreshing and delicious. So the story behind this little Radler, let's go back to the 1920s when a German innkeeper, he created a bike trail through the forest from Munich to a watering hole in the town of Diessenhofen. So in 1922, Kugler was his name, almost ran out of beer when 13,000 cyclists showed up at his little inn, very thirsty. So to avoid a beer shortage, it dawned on him that he could add a clear lemon soda from his cellar with the beer at a 50-50 ratio. So from that point on, Kugler claimed to have invented a thirst-quenching beverage for the beer-loving cyclist, which he called a Radler Mass. Radler means cyclist in German, and Mass meaning liter. So the Crafty Radler is from Pump House Brewery in Moncton, New Brunswick. They're huge out east and sort of spreading, and they're huge out west. And so finally, I don't know what took them so long to come to Ontario, but we're lucky at Perigon Beverage Group to have secured their representation. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's made from a craft beer, their own house-made soda, also made from fresh pink grapefruit and tangerine. So it's got a beautiful smell of ripe, freshly sliced grapefruit with sweet notes of picked tangerines. Super refreshing, great little summer quencher. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. So who has it? And can you taste that grapefruit? I love the grapefruit in it.
Delicious. So it is available in the
LCBO.
Yeah.
It is so Nancy, I've had a number of Radlers over my time. It's a great alternative for those who are trying to cut down on gluten. But I was really surprised at the high alcohol content. Usually
4.7. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is a high alcohol, but they balance it with the soda and the fruit juice. But it's still a higher alcohol. Yeah.
Well, higher than your beer. You can get a beer for 3.5 to 5, and it is available at LCBO or no? Just so people know.
Yes, brand new in the LCBO. So the company generously donated it for us tonight because Perigon Beverage does not have any single serving wines except for Joy, the sparkling in the can. Teresa and I have had to kind of think outside the box and what we could do to make it interesting and fun. And Pump House Brewery decided this was a great opportunity to launch it in front of a group of people that enjoy beverages, obviously. And I thank them for that. And I hope you enjoy it enough that you'll go back for more. I just want to quickly go back to the high alcohol. Most craft beer is higher in alcohol than regular corporate beers, say Molson, whatever. The big corporate Molson, Canadian, Coors, all that stuff is lower.
Yeah, that's true.
Craft breweries tend to be a little bit higher in alcohol.
That's true.
Which
really thirst quenching when it's super hot and muggy like it's going to be next week.
Yeah. So Dave and I had tried them out last weekend, ice cold on the patio after doing some gardening and working outside and everything. And it was just like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Anyway, and if you're, for those of you that are gardeners, you can't garden and get hot and sweaty and be working outside and then drink wine. You just, you can't do it. So it's water or the Crafty Radler.
Crafty Radler.
We went for the Crafty Radler.
Package is so cute, isn't it? I just love it.
Yeah.
And then there's a seam on the back of the can, so they actually put the zipper down the seam. It's really cute. So in the LCBO, it's $3.35 a can.
Right. And it's available at the LCBO. So
it is, but not every LCBO yet. But it's selling so fast. They can barely keep up with it. So I would assume that some of the other LCBOs will be picking it up shortly. So.
Awesome. Okay.
The larger ones have it.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so for some reason I have an old slide here. The new members, we have several new members tonight. Carrie, oh my goodness, Sue, you're gonna have to help me out here. The names are a blank. Oh, Jean-Claude, Laura Ann, Carrie, and Julia, new members tonight. You know what? Welcome. So glad to have you guys. I don't know of any birthdays, but Mike and Marilyn are celebrating their 16th wedding anniversary tonight.
Oh, nice.
So that's awesome. Like, yeah, go guys. Like, that's not trivial, right? In this day and age.
Not with Mike Benninger.
Well, excuse me, Marilyn, you're married to a man. It's not trivial. No offense, fellas.
No. We love you all.
I had my 32nd anniversary last night, so
exactly right.
That's
You're leading the pack.
So Carlo Estates gourmet plant-based food last month. Really interested to get some feedback on that. Like, how was it? Did you like the talk about things, and did you like the food? Because it was all plant-based food. So let us know. Coming up, tacos and tequila. We have to figure out a date. We have to figure out a date when we're opened up enough. So come July 2nd, I think it's going to be 25 people. That might be our opening. So we'll set a date for that, and that'll be an in-person event. And for those of you that have been with us virtually, you get first opportunity to be at the live event, okay, before anybody else. Because tonight we've got Perigon Beverage Group, International Wines, and Nancy is with us. Nancy's been with us before, and I'm loving having her back. She now operates her own company, and so she represents Perigon Beverage Group. She represents some Ontario wineries. She represents a number of different people. So I think it's awesome that we can have her back representing different groups, international wines, local wines. She brings lots of stuff to us, which to me is fabulous. And tonight, international wines, but not just international. So it's Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish wines, as well as the Crafty Rattler and an olive oil, which she's going to talk about. So the theme tonight, based on the wines, is very much just a Mediterranean theme. And so it's Mediterranean wines, it's a Mediterranean food theme, and I'm hoping to expand our idea of what Mediterranean is through the food tonight. So anyway, Nancy and I have kind of collaborated on this, and I'm delighted.
Great.
Okay. So we have 3 wines and 3 food pairings. Nancy, talk to the wines.
Okay, so we're going to start with the Casa Sobrero, the Vino Blanco. And as soon as my lovely assistant, my daughter, gets it for me, I'll be able to. Here it is, Casa Sobrero. So this is a wonderful, gorgeous white blend from a winery in Portugal called Vidigal Wines. Super nice people. Most of the wineries that I bring to your group are independently owned by families. None of them are big corporations. So we really feel an affiliation and very proud to be able to present them. So this is new for us as well, and it's doing incredibly well. We sold out of it really quickly, and we're due to receive another shipment any day. This is a blend of popular grapes from, I should tell you a little bit about the grapes of Portugal, because you don't get a lot of single vineyard, you get some, but basically there's a lot of white blends, a lot of red blends. So this is a line of wines from Vidigal Wines. It's a medium-sized winery that produces still and dessert wines. It's located in central Portugal, near the city of Leiria. Has anybody been there? Put your hand
You
up.
kind of faded out
Vidigal is
when you mentioned the
did
name.
I?
Yep.
Leiria.
Leiria. Okay.
Leiria.
Nope, haven't been there.
Okay. Vidigal is owned by, well, if you do, let me know and I'll tell them. Vidigal is owned by Antonio Lopez, one of the top exporting wines of Portugal. The main grape varieties in Portugal are Perigon Nacional, Tinta Aragonés, and Cabernet. You may recognize they have some in the LCBO. It's called Julia Florista. It's got she's called a Flora Singer on the label. It looks very much like a caricature. It's like $8.95. It's ridiculously priced, but very good. So this is their private wine that you can only get through Perigon. Anyway, this is, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's pale canary in color, has tropical flavors, balanced with zesty citrus fruits with lemon and lime zest, hints of pink grapefruit, there we go again, and apple note. On the palate, you're welcomed by a round and lush first sip of orchard fruits, crisp and clean with good acidity. So it's a great summer wine, a great seafood wine, grilled chicken, shrimp, orzo with tomatoes, olives, arugula, and speaking of olive oil, herb-filled olive oil dressing. So we paired this tonight. I think Teresa's probably going to talk a little bit about that, but with Lenora olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Did you want to say something about that?
So,
I'll tell you about the olive oil.
Yeah, so we'll come back to it. So the olive oil and balsamic vinegar. So you have a little container of balsamic vinegar in your kit, and you should have at least one little jar of olive oil. So I would suggest pouring them into 2 different dishes. And then if you've got a baguette or bread or whatever, that you dip into the olive oil and the balsamic, because they're finishing. The olive oil is a finishing oil. It's good in salad dressings, or it's good just for dipping with bread or the bread that came in your kit. So we added the balsamic, but the olive oil came from Nancy as well. and
Do you have
it's a
bottle
new
there,
product to the
Teresa?
market. Oh,
Do you have that little bottle there to show them
I
what it
do.
looks? That's the 750 mil.
Actually,
No,
you know what? You talk and I will grab the bottle.
that's okay. I got one too.
Okay, sorry.
Lauren.
Yeah,
Oh, here.
I'm
Here's
outside,
what
so it
looks
isn't here.
like in your kit.
Yeah.
That's the little logo. Now this is a very local person that produces this. His name is Dominic Diamante, and he actually lives in Burlington up on Guelph Line North. Anyway, he came from a very young age from Italy, and he studied languages and history. And he traveled and taught English in Nicaragua. He lived in California. He immersed himself in the culture of Mexico. He's the son of a rich Roman culture, a cultivated citizen of the world. He comes from a town. It's called Carpeneto della Nora in Abruzzo, Italy. And they have, it's olive orchards, and there's an industry there that he's trying to revive to try to keep the young people from leaving his village and bring the industry back. So he imports all the olive oil over from Abruzzo, and it comes in, you know, a liter's container, 1,500 liters, and he bottles it here in Burlington. So it's probably near and dear to your hearts if you live around that area. And as Teresa said, it's a finishing oil. You don't cook with it. You can drizzle it in sauces, that kind of thing, warm, but you know, no frying, no high heat. But it's a delicious premium olive oil, and I hope you really enjoy it. And Dominic is really thrilled to have been able to give you all some samples tonight.
Awesome.
And how do we get
So we
more
have
of it, Nancy?
Yes.
Pardon me?
How do we get more of it?
There should be pamphlets in your kit
Oh, perfect.
that show you the prices and the sizes and the phone number, and they will collect all the orders and they will deliver to a location for you guys to pick up.
So
he is
actually,
there
Nancy,
in Italy now.
Nancy,
Sorry?
I should have asked you this earlier. Do you want us to collect orders for you from our club and send them on to you? Or maybe we can talk after this about
Sure, we
how
can.
the mechanics will work. How it'll
Okay.
be easiest for you guys.
Yeah, it's about the membership. Yes.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
easiest for you? So.
Anyway, I've been using this olive oil. I like it. I bought some. The balsamic vinegar, I would say, so it's balsamic vinegar. There are a whole bunch of different balsamic vinegars, all different flavored ones. I would suggest trying this oil with a number of different balsamic vinegars of different flavors and just with bread. And sometimes that's all you need as an appetizer. Like if you have people coming over, you pour some, like the finishing oil and some balsamic vinegars, maybe a bit of lemon and a baguette. And that's the easiest appetizer ever. Anyway,
Yes,
just
and
my
delicious.
2 cents worth. Yeah.
Simple flavors, right? You don't.
Oh yeah, but good flavors, like simple, good.
Simple and good and delicious. Keep it simple for sure.
Anyway,
So
do try it and let us know. Like, did it work for you? Whatever.
Thank you,
Okay.
Anila. Anila has said it's very good. Some of the bread, some oil, and salt was just amazing. So thank you for
Great.
introducing us to
Great.
a local purveyor. That's fantastic. Thank you, Nancy.
Yes, it's
Excellent.
all about local, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, in this day and age, we're right now with everything that's happening in the world, local is so important. And whether it's a local winery or a local agent that's bringing in different wines, to me, it's the same. Anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. Okay.
Next.
So that was, Portugal. Now on to Italy. So
Yes.
tell us about the Italian wine.
Oh, the Italian wine, the Alfa Zeta. So Alfa Zeta is owned by a New Zealander, and his winemaker is the other partner from New Zealand, Matt Thompson. And it was their aim to work with growers and rather than buying bulk wine and making it and bottling, they you know, kept it very locally driven. So Soave or Sauve, or Teresa, help me out. And for
Soave,
you people that, I thought it was Soave too, thank you, that are taking their WSET 3, I've been through that. And I wish you all the best. Anyway, so it'll be fine. So the grape is called Garganega, and it's a very old grape in Italy. It's very popular, widespread, sourced from the hillside vineyards in that Soave area where the climate is moderate. It tends to ripen late and can be very vigorous in the fertile lands outside of Soave Classico zone. The grape can produce high yields, lots of crispy acidity, so another wonderful summer wine. And it actually ages really well. And the soil is volcanic, so there's a lot of sort of granite in that area. So a lot of minerality and limestone. So it's very crispy, delicious, easy drinking. So why don't you just have a little taste of that?
So so, and this is like a light, cheerful, friendly summer wine.
Yes.
And it's good with, so I'm hoping it's good with the marinated feta and olives, but it's good with light citrusy foods. Like, you're not going to drink this with steak, of course. And the marinated feta and olives. So the marinated feta was done in orange juice and fennel and
yum,
like Mediterranean kind of feel, and then olives and mint.
Mm.
And some of those herbs are from your garden, Teresa. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
almost everything.
Yeah.
So
fresh.
the mint, for sure. I have, if anybody needs mint, come to my house. But so the marinated feta and olives. So of course, what you're getting is a taste of things. But when I think of this, so think in terms of putting together a proper salad, like mixed greens, Greek salad, and then putting the marinated feta and olives and mint and everything mixed in with a full salad. Okay, so you're getting a tiny taste for the flavors, but with this wine, I don't know, a robust salad with the feta and olives and toppings. I don't know. That's what I would be doing.
Great.
I don't like food at all.
I don't like wine at all.
It's okay. Yeah.
Teresa, I thought
we're perfect.
I thought that the saltiness of the feta, and having never had this particular varietal, but I really got the fennel, and
good.
I think that was a great choice.
Excellent. Okay. And you know what? It's so, again, so the theme tonight, so it's Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian, but more so a broader theme is Mediterranean. And Mediterranean is spices and fennels, subtle spices. Actually, most of the spices are subtle, but lots and different ones. So as we go through, I don't know, it's a Mediterranean event tonight. Anyway.
And the Mediterraneans, as a culture, they graze. The meze is the word where they lay it out, and if you come for lunch, you're there for dinner, because it's just the food and the love. And
it should have been Mediterranean. That sounds like my house.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So Nancy, the third wine, an Albarino, and not everybody has had an Albarino. An Albarino is lovely.
It's lovely. It's one of my favorites. I love it. And this is brand new for us. We got about 28 cases and we've got 4 left. So I hope you're going to love this. We're going to try to snag you some. It's due to come back anytime now. We'll get another shipment, but it's done incredibly well. It's a beautiful package. It's called Mar de Vigna Albarino from Val de Salnes in Rías Baixas, Spain. That's the origin. And it's paired with a baba ganoush tonight and a toasted pita. So I'll tell you a little bit about this wine. I'm excited about it because I love Albarinos. So we're having really fresh, crispy, fruity wines tonight, just ahead of the summer season. So it's great. I hope you guys really like them. This one is a particular favorite of mine. Val de Salnes is the birthplace. It's the original and oldest subregion located on the Atlantic coast, and it surrounds the town of Camanos. The soil is granitic and rocky, and it's the coolest and wettest subregion. But this is pretty wildly planted in that area of Spain. Bias Baxis is the Spanish denomination de origen, and it's located in the community. The town is called Galicia, Spain, and it's renowned for its white wines in the city of Pontevedra. So it's another light straw-colored yellow. It's medium-high intensity on the nose, tropical notes, pineapple, passion fruit, melon. It's very floral, and you get a little bit of orange blossom. And on your palate, look for very fresh white fruit, apple, banana, citrus, and it's very well balanced. The alcohol level is about 13%. Delicious, another crispy, fresh style for you to enjoy. So
Awesome.
cheers.
So I like Albarino, and so of the three white wines, it's a little bit more full-bodied, and the baba ganoush. So I don't know how many people have had baba ganoush before. To me, it's like, oh yeah, just a regular on a Saturday. But baba ganoush is interesting.
Is it smoked eggplant? I can't remember.
It is, yes. It's eggplant and garlic and tahini. So if you think in terms of hummus, so this is an eggplant hummus.
That's good.
Okay. So to me, eggplant and garlic and tahini needs a wine with some body. And I think the Albarino gives it. So it's got some citrus. It's has a refreshing note, but it's got some body to it. And so you can have an eggplant and garlic and tahini dish with an Albarino. I would not have served the baba ganoush with the Suave, although you could have gotten away with it. But anyway, try it. And baba ganoush should be like with your the breads, the little bit of bread that came with your meal, or if you have other bread or a baguette, even better, to dip in and have with the Albarino.
Great.
And hopefully it's a balance.
So the great thing, folks on the call, that if you've not heard of this varietal, the Suave, any of these, Nancy's introducing them to us, and they're not available at the LCBO. So if you hear something that you didn't order that interests you, we have a little bit of inventory left, but we're more than happy to take more orders, and Nancy will give them to us, deliver them to us,
Yep.
and we'll get them to your front door. These are 3 exceptional, lovely, lovely wines for summer.
Yep. Just fun wines. So I'm going to do, oops. Something happened with my, no,
Oh, hello.
Something else. So I had a map. Shoot.
Oh,
Something happens. It has happened with my presentation because there was supposed to be a map in the middle of this. Because what I wanted to talk about a little bit was, so when we think of Mediterranean, we think of Portugal and Spain and Italy and France and all the northern countries that are on the Mediterranean coast. But in actual fact, there are a whole bunch of countries on the southern aspect of the Mediterranean coast, which are Egypt and Israel and Syria and all the Middle Eastern countries. And they share the same body of water, and they share the same, so there's a certain shared culture, although there's differences as well. But there's the climate is the same, the terroir is the same, so they have a lot in common. And I joined a cooking class or a cooking seminar earlier this year, and it was Mediterranean cooking. Okay, this sounds good. They were all Egyptian, Syrian, Israeli, not all. There was also Greek, Italian, Spain. Anyway, it was the most interesting thing I'd ever seen because I was not expecting it. So it opened my thoughts to what Mediterranean is. And that's why the foods tonight, even though we have traditional Portuguese, Italian, Spanish wines, we have the foods are a little bit different. So the baba ganoush is the start, and the red wines, so Portuguese, fine, but the kofta, Israel and Egypt share that. Wow. And then the cheddar and chocolate. So I don't know. Mediterranean is so different than what I thought it was. And I'm so excited about it because it opens up all kinds of different avenues. And actually, I think Erin's on this call tonight. She's the one that introduced, like, there are Middle Eastern wines as well that go with some of these things. So anyway, that's to come. Sorry, Nancy, I'm yakking away here.
It's interesting. It's knowledge. It's great. I love it. So we're going to flip over to some reds now, and we're going to do the partner of the Vinho Branco and do the Vinho Tinto. So I'm not lucky enough to have a glass of that tonight because we ran out.
Oh no. Well, cheers. I'll have a sip for you.
Yes, you guys are lucky that you've got all that. I think it's great. I'm really great. I'm happy that you do. But I know this wine. My husband and I buy lots of it. It's so easy drinking and delicious. This is a red blend that's really easy and welcoming with light tannins and good acidity. You can even chill it down, which I would recommend, especially in the summer. It's nice to have a lighter red that you can just chill a little bit. Super easy. The most popular red wines in Portugal come from the Lisboa region, and they are Tinta Roriz or Aragonés or Touriga Nacional. Its concentrated notes are blackberry and cherry with some raspberry and red currants. It's great with so many dishes, but why not pair it with a meaty dish such as a mushroom pizza or stuffed portobello? It doesn't always have to be meat that goes with red wine. You can use some other creative types of food being those. I think that's great. So they do produce a lot of Cabernet Sauvignon in Portugal too. I think there's a little bit in this blend as well. Just, they don't really mention it. If it's a lower percentage, they don't have to mention the grape. But I believe it's mostly the Tintoreras and the Teresa Nacional. So please pour yourself a little glass. Enjoy. Super lovely little red wine.
Yep.
Easy drinking, not complicated.
Yeah, and those grapes
Great with
are
any-
indigenous Portuguese grapes. Perigon
Indigenous, yeah.
Nacional, Perigon, and the
Mhm.
same grape as Tempranillo, just by a different name. So I don't know, just a nice blend. And the Portuguese style barbecue chicken skewers, whether you have the vegan version or the regular version, let me know. I think the secret ingredient for Portuguese style, like, so I've had Portuguese chicken, and anyway, I think it's the shoot.
The spices they use.
No, there's a particular spice. It's I will think of it anyway. So try the Portuguese barbecue skewers that are very the spice blend is uniquely Portuguese, and the Vino Tinto. And hopefully it's not yet.
So Teresa, I've known you as we say in the married world, not long enough. But I think there are some that would be intrigued by putting chicken with a red wine. Maybe you can explain your philosophy on that as a sommelier.
Okay. So it's purely Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
So it boggles my mind. But so when I've spent time in Portugal, in the Azores, and I have a very good friend who's Portuguese, I've known for many, many years. Red wine with everything. And she comes from a fishing village in the Azores, and it's the Portuguese like their red wine. So I draw the line at fish, personally. I'm not going to have a red wine with fish, but the Portuguese style chicken skewers, and in all fairness, the spices are such that they'll hold up to a light red wine. But all I can say is it's the Portuguese way. Okay. And so that's what I'm honoring.
Well, I think people are loving it. I just think that ordinarily you wouldn't go there. But I know, having known you, that if the only protein on the menu was chicken, you'd still put a white and a red with it. And if the only protein is a beef, you'd still put a white and a red with it. So I hope that and the comments are agreeing that people are loving the Vino Tinto and the Portuguese style barbecue chicken.
And and it's the paprika. What's the Maryland? You'll tell me the smoked paprika.
Yes.
So the marinade for the chicken skewers is heavily smoked paprika.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's and that's what makes it hold up to the wine.
Right.
And also, for those of you that are vegans or vegetarians, we use exactly the same spice regime, just a different base. And so hopefully it works for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And paprika is kind of an unusual spice. You see it in Hungary, and it tastes different than it does in Portugal. So
yes,
so very interesting. And thank you, Nancy, for bringing the Vino Tinto to us. Maybe we could move on to the Bella Patella. I just like to say there's some words that make you sound sophisticated. Bella Patella.
So we're back to the winery Alfazeta. And this is also up in the northern area of Italy around Veneto. And Valpolicella is another lighter red style, great summer wine. Lots of cherry in this, very easy drinking, not too complicated, not too serious. It's very youthful, very lively, very fresh, super easy drinking, not a lot of tannins, just a very cheerful red wine, easy drinking, easy food pairing. I hope you like it.
But it's already a 2018, Nancy. So is this a wine that a person could have 2021, 2022, 2023? Is that its nature, or is it something that's meant to be consumed and enjoyed right where we are? Right
Valpolicella, probably in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Valpolicella is and correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy, for sure, but Valpolicella is an early drinking friendly food wine is served in bistros, and so
well, it is, and then you can get more serious and go to the next level,
right,
which is a Valpolicella Ripasso, where you dry the fruits, and then you can just jump right into the big guy, which is the Amarone. So there's the 3 different styles of Valpolicella. This is the fresh, young, fun wine. Yeah. Then you can leap into Ripasso, and their Ripasso is delicious.
Another time.
Next year,
we'll bring that.
Okay.
Okay. So the food pairing for this is an unusual food pairing, but again, I'm going back to Middle Eastern, Mediterranean. It's a kofta. So it's beef, but it's not heavy beef, and they're Middle Eastern spices, and it's not. Anyway, you tell me whether or not it works, because it's an Italian wine and an Israeli or Egyptian food pairing.
And Teresa, just for those, a couple of folks have asked, kofta is beef?
Kofta is beef.
Okay.
Except for the vegans and vegetarians.
and I'm not going to call out any of the folks who have a plant-based preference, but they're crushing on the alternative, the kofta alternative. So well done on that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not going to name names, but they're crushing. Oh, well, okay, they're in the chat. So
it works, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So the mainstream folks, like, let me know if you like the kofta. And anyway, and Lorraine did an awesome job barbecuing everything, by the way. So the chicken was barbecued, the kofta was barbecued. We did a spice blend, Middle Eastern spice blends, and everything else. Anyway, we had some fun with this. So I'm hoping it worked.
And folks, we're so grateful that you've been with us this is June. So 14 months we've been doing this virtually. It takes a village. It takes a leader in the village.
Oh my goodness.
But when it comes to a vegan or vegetarian option, there's containment. So those items were done first. We're very respectful of people's dietary choices. So we hope that, oh my goodness, Dale. Dale's driving to your house right now.
He liked the kofta? He wants the extras?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
So yeah,
okay, last
great job
wine.
with you. Great job, both of you.
Okay. So last wine. Oh my goodness. One of my favorites, a Tempranillo. So Nancy, talk to us.
Okay,
and of course, food pairings are like boring. There are norm, right? Cheddar and chocolate. So nothing to even talk about. So Nancy, it's all you.
But we love cheddar and chocolate.
Yeah.
We do. So that's a great food pairing. So this wonderful little wine is called Torre de Barredo Tempranillo. This is the most well-known grape variety in Spain. It's grown in 28 out of 54 appellations in Spain. It's also cultivated in Portugal, France, Argentina, and the USA. It's a very popular little grape. It results in very different wines depending on the land and the climate. This one is the 2017. So their aim at Torre de Barredo Tempranillo is to show the varietal fruit developed in their terroir in Toledo. It is not strictly a young wine because it has been aged for 5 months in oak barrels. The result is a young, fresh wine distinguished by a base of black and red mature fruits, tones of licorice, anise, and gentle touches of balsamic. You can go back to your bread and oil and balsamic, and spice from the cask. Love this wine, super popular, another easy drinking style. We brought you all kind of light, fresher style wines tonight, but this is a beautiful little Tempranillo, and I hope you love it.
Yeah. So I would say cheers to the Tempranillo.
Cheers
I
to the
love
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo.
I do too.
And so Rioja is known for their Tempranillo. They're the most famous region for Tempranillo. And they're great. And they do awesome Tempranillos. But when you step out of that region, there are other areas that make as good Tempranillos or as good Tempranillos, but they don't have the same name brand. So they have a better price. And that's
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm curious,
Yeah,
Teresa,
I have another.
go ahead, Nancy. No, it's all you. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. I'm fine.
Well, my question was that in the order of the 3 wines, Teresa, you put this particular Tempranillo last.
Mm-hmm.
So help us explain the progression of the 3 wines that you chose.
Actually, it was a huge debate for me, and Nancy and I actually discussed it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tempranillo by me was always going to be last because it has the most finesse. It's just it has the most finesse.
And it's darker fruit. It's a darker fruit. The others were more.
But the debate was the Valpolicella and the Vino Tinto, because in some ways the Portuguese wine was a stronger, heavier wine and could have gone with the Costa, and the Valpolicella was the softer wine. And I was like, okay, but you know what? It was 6 of one and half a dozen the other. But I never questioned the Tempranillo.
Yeah,
Tempranillo was always going to be, so that you always want to finish with your finest wine. Not necessarily your heaviest wine, but always your finest wine.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. So again, I would ask the same question of Nancy. It's a 2017, so a year older. What could a person expect? They buy a case from you, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. What should we think about with this Tempranillo?
Oh, you mean to keep it, to lay it down?
I know it sounds like an unusual animal.
No, not at all. I think because of the style that it is and the weight that it is, I would think maybe 3 to 5 years max.
Beyond where we are.
It's not a big, there's not a lot of tannins to hold it over.
Tempranillo is not a lay down wine, right?
Not really.
Yeah. No.
3
None
years,
of these wines are lay down wines.
Right.
You
3 to 5
can
years.
age it
And
a
like
little
if you
bit,
and if you look at the price points, like if you want to lay down a wine,
Mhm.
it's like a little bit more.
Right.
Anyway,
So we have a few folks that are new on the call, new members, a few
Okay.
just joining. So they might not understand that we always end with cheddar and chocolate. So I think that is reflective in your choice, Teresa, as the last wine and the pairing
okay.
goes.
So the Tempranillo. So yeah, good point, Marilyn. Thank you. So, oh my goodness. It's usually we end on our fullest body red wine. And fullest body red wines cry out for a nice cheddar cheese. Like if you want to end a meal properly, you'll have a cheddar cheese. And chocolate also goes with your full-bodied red wine. So our standard is kind of, the last wine is with cheddar and chocolate. And actually sometimes the second wine is cheddar and the last one is chocolate.
Mhm.
But those are always two things that go well with good like red wines.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So that's just, so we start with chips and we end with cheddar and chocolate, just to
My
let you know.
favorite.
What can I tell you?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just the way we roll.
Well, it was great. I love doing this with you and your club. They're fantastic.
Yeah, we have,
Fun group of people.
we have 31
Hundred.
screens, 53 people tonight.
I'm gonna
In
stop
a
sharing.
time that you don't know what's coming, but thank you both for all the care and attention that you've done. People have been in the chat, loving the pairings, loving the wines, loving exposure to wines that they can't just walk to their LCBO and get, but yet might just come easily to their driveway or my driveway and they'll come and pick it up. That's fine too.
Side, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
I'm just gonna see what I missed here.
So Nancy, we can't come and visit you to have any of these wines unless you're opening up your backyard.
Well, they're all open right now. Come on
Oh,
down
all
to
right.
St. Catharines.
Start the car. No.
Get a DD.
Okay, that's probably true.
Okay.
No,
So
my
I was
pleasure.
gonna go back to the presentation, but there wasn't much to say other than Nancy, thank you so much. New members, awesome.
Mhm.
I can't believe in these times we're actually getting new members like us.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I
God,
love
I
this
guess-
format. It's really
Yeah.
terrific.
Okay. All right.
And it's our pleasure. I hope that we brought some new wines into your life that you've never tried before,
Yep.
but that are very popular in the countries that they come from. So I hope you enjoyed them. They're very well-made, well-priced, really good value wines. Enjoy them.
And we probably have a few left over from the original purchase. We'll draw down on that first. And then if you want more, absolutely more, we can place more
Sure.
orders. We can place more
And-
orders, can't we, Nancy?
Absolutely, yes. We've got fresh shipments coming in because some of these wines were so popular that they sold out so quickly. We didn't anticipate that. So I was, kind of, we've got the Burlington Wine Club and we've run out of all these wines, but they're due to arrive any day. So we're good. And the olive oil as well is coming. Dominic's got his order ready to go and to ship back. He's over there right now. So the olive oil
Awesome.
will be available too. So yes, might have to wait a week or so, but I hope you loved
No
it.
worries.
And I love doing this with you and your group. They're amazing.
Well, I think my group's amazing, but I'm biased.
So Teresa, can we do a special shout out? There's lots of folks that have done in what's about to happen in the change that's happening June 30th. More people in the backyard. Next month, bring more people into your backyard. We love that you do that. It's 5 or 6 wines. Well, some of you say we can't have it by ourselves. So this is the ideal opportunity. This is the backyard. So please do that, and shout out to the folks that have done that already. We really, really appreciate that. That's how the club will grow, and that's how we can do backyard education and fun safely. So next month for sure. Next month, last Friday of the month, please do that. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Awesome. Okay, the official part of the evening is over. You're still welcome to stay and chat, but the official part is over.
Teresa, may I just say something quickly?
You. Sure.
I just wanted to say to everyone that Teresa and I have been working on the Facebook page. Some of you follow the Facebook page. And we've been updating. She's been sending me things to post, and I've been posting other things as well. Please check the Facebook page regularly for deals, for special events, for all kinds of stuff that's happening. Support local, of course. Our patios are all open now, right? So support our partners and get out there and just enjoy the summer. Yeah. Hopefully we can all enjoy the summer safely and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Danielle.
Point, Danielle.
Don't forget to tell the partners that you're from the club too. Don't forget to say that, right? Let them know that we're promoting them, because we want them to know that we're out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danielle. You've been great to reach out to folks that are not yet partners and bringing opportunities to us. So you've been great for that. Thank you. So we've had a couple.
I'm done.
We've had
official part's over. Hello, people.
We've had a couple of folks that said, I didn't order all of them, but now I wish I had. Well, we do have some inventory, and just we'll work that out. We'll send you a way to get into our inventory, and I'm sure Nancy, if we needed more, would be happy to send it. So
yeah, for sure, absolutely. Hey, you know what? The wines are great. I'm proud to show them, and I love that these little independent wineries over deliver. Like I really think they're great value.
No, they're good wines.
Yeah,
they are good
very
wines,
affordable
for sure.
Yeah. So you did a great job, Teresa, as usual, and I really appreciate you inviting me again. I really do. I really enjoy it. It's great.
Awesome. Well, we love having you.
Well, I'll look forward to sitting in your backyard. Maybe I'll bring this leftover wine.
So
oh my goodness, when we can have a live event in my backyard, that would be lovely.
Hey, we should do that.
We will.
You and I.
No should. Do or not. Okay, Nancy, do or not do, there is no try. So we're going to do it. And after this, so I'm just replying to Angela, who bought 4 of the I can't say it correctly. Albarino. She bought 4 of them sight unseen. And
it's so delicious. It's my new favorite white. I love it.
Yes. So she had some of that varietal from somewhere else. And I'm not calling you out, Angela. You can jump in anytime. And loves that she got the 4 because we have an inventory left, but we can always order more. So it's like, yeah, fantastic. You know the varietal, and then she was happy. Now, Nancy, I see hockey behind your shoulder. Just what's happening there, my friend?
Oh, it's the Game 7 at Tampa Bay and New York Islanders that are going to play Montreal in the Cup.
And who's your favorite? Who are you cheering for?
Whoever's going to lose against Montreal.
So Canadian.
Excuse me, you're cheering for who is ever going to lose against Montreal?
Yeah, because it's the Canada has not been in the Stanley Cup for a very long time, so I'll go for any Canadian team.
Right.
It's in the
I'm
Stanley
with you, Nancy.
Oh, okay. So
Go
you're
Habs,
voting
go.
for the Canadian team, not against.
So
Oh,
Montreal,
no.
Montreal
No.
is in, and whoever wins this has to play Montreal. So we
Yeah,
want
right.
the most.
Okay.
We want the most tired, the most beleaguered, the
That's
guys
right.
Exactly.
We want the loser.
the losers. If the losers can go through, those are the guys we want. Thank you, Heather, who said thank you, Nancy. Can't wait to see you all in person again
Right.
soon.
Thank you for a wonderful evening. It
Thank
was
you
a
very
fabulous
much.
evening. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
good.
Thank you.
Everyone. Stay safe, stay well.
Did they hear you?
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Enjoy the summer. See you all soon.
You too.
Thank
See you
you
next month.
all.
See you next
See you
month.
next month, for sure.
Thanks, Nancy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Ah,